Hey, so recently I watched a video on the Leaderboards channel called Every Playable Sonic Character Ever, and found it pretty lacking. They did a decent job, but missed out a pretty huge amount of characters. I wanted to try and make a more definitive list, so buckle up, because I've compiled a list of 56 Sonic the Hedgehog characters who appear as playable characters at one point or another. Here's 2 rules. First, I'm not covering guest characters from other franchises, and second, I'm not covering alternate versions of characters like Super Sonic, Classic Sonic, or anything like that. Okay, let's get started. Flicky is one of the many little critters that Sonic spent the 1990s rescuing from Dr. Eggman's clutches. Flicky's first appearance was actually in the 1984 arcade game Flicky, where you're tasked with saving little birds from hungry cats. Then in 1991 we were introduced to the namesake of the entire series, the character who needs no introduction, Sonic the Hedgehog, who, as you can imagine, is playable in virtually every other game in this video, though not all of them. In 1992, Sonic got a buddy in the form of Tails, a two-tailed fox with the ability to fly. Tails was originally a plucky sidekick character, but has since come into his own as a bit of a brain box, mechanic-style character. His real name is Miles Per Hour, a pun that completely eluded me as a child. 93 saw Sega Sonic the Hedgehog hit arcades, starring the rough, tough Mighty the Armadillo and happy-go-lucky Ray the Flying Squirrel. After this obscure adventure, Mighty would briefly re-emerge years later in Knuckles' Chaotix, and after that, he and Ray seemed like they'd been forgotten forever, until they made a huge comeback in Sonic Mania Plus recently, that is. In 94, Game Gear racing game Sonic Drift allowed us to play as Amy Rose for the first time. Amy started life as a clingy fangirl of Sonic's who served as a damsel in distress in Sonic CD. Her character was fleshed out a little bit more in the comics, and over here in the UK at least, she was a bit of a badass. Prior to her redesign in Sonic Adventure, Amy would have a girly look, heavily inspired by Minnie Mouse. Sonic Drift also allowed players to control Sonic's genius IQ arch-nemesis Dr. Eggman for the first time in his iconic Eggmobile. At this point in time, Eggman was better known as Dr. Robotnik over here in the West. 1994 also brought us Knuckles the Echidna. Appearing first as an antagonist in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, defending his floating island and the Master Emerald from Sonic, he was playable in Sonic 3's multiplayer mode, and in the follow-up game, Sonic & Knuckles, which saw him switch sides upon realising Eggman was the true bad guy all along. He's been a permanent ally of Sonic's ever since. In 95, Knuckles headlined his own game, based around the concept of controlling 2 interconnected characters at once. Starring alongside him were Team Chaotix, which consisted of Mighty, along with Vector, the music-loving crocodile, Espio, the ninjutsu chameleon, and Charmy Bee, each with slightly different abilities. Mighty would oddly never again appear alongside Chaotix in any future games. It was also possible to play as 2 robots in Knuckles' Chaotix, Bomb and Heavy. Supposedly rebelling against Eggman, these 2 were less mobile and clunkier than the other characters, so served as bad picks for the player. They were also the most common choices in the game's character selector, which always made me think they were plants put there by Eggman to slow the goodies down. In 1995, Sonic Drift 2 brought 2 more villains to the fray. Sonic's memorable, iconic metallic counterpart Metal Sonic is playable here. He made his debut as the kidnapper of Amy in Sonic CD. There's been a few different iterations of Metal Sonic through the years, but this design will always remain the most iconic in my opinion. And then we have Knack the Weasel, also known as Fang the Sniper in Japan, a quirky Australian-inspired treasure hunter armed with a cork-firing gun who first appeared as a villain in the Game Gear title Sonic Triple Trouble. 1996's Sonic the Fighters featured 2 brand new characters, the lumbering powerhouse Bark the Polar Bear and the woodpecker Bean the Dynamite. These 2 would go on to represent the Sonic franchise in a few other Sega games like Fighters Mega Mix and Virtua Striker 2 on the Sega Saturn. In 1997, racing game Sonic R for the Sega Saturn brought a few interesting Eggman creations to its roster. Joining Metal Sonic as unlockable characters were artificial versions of other characters. Egg Robo, the Eggman-shaped enemy from Sonic & Knuckles, is playable, along with a metallic version of Knuckles and the now legendary creepypasta icon, Tails Doll. Sonic Adventure from 1998, the first true 3D Sonic experience, had a large roster of new and old characters. Sonic, Knuckles, Tails and Amy all received redesigns and voices for the first time, and two newbies joined the gang. First, Big the Cat, a rotund, carefree feline. Big's stages focused on using his fishing abilities to save his amphibian friend Froggy, who had become embroiled in proceedings after swallowing a Chaos Emerald. There was also E102 Gamma, one of a long line of robots created by Eggman, whose stages revolved around shooting obstacles and enemies. Gamma is one of the few Eggman creations who finds sentience and turns on his creator, fighting alongside Sonic & Co. Sonic Adventure also introduced the world to the Chao and the Chao Garden, where you could raise these little Tamagotchi-style creatures. You can also take control of them and have them race if you want to as well. Debuting in Sonic Adventure 2 was the darker, edgier counterpart to Sonic the Hedgehog, Shadow. He shares virtually all of Sonic's abilities and has a couple of his own unique ones up his sleeve too. Shadow is an artificial being, the ultimate life form, the result of experimentation by the Robotnik family. Originally designed for a positive purpose, Shadow was used for evil by Dr. Eggman himself. Joining Shadow's team was also Rouge the Bat, the villainous counterpart to Knuckles the Echidna, a glamorous jewel thief and treasure hunter. She can fly, she can dig, but in her heart she isn't really so evil. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, for the GameCube, featured a versus mode that made Chaos and Tikal playable in the treasure hunting stages. Both characters had first appeared in the story mode of Sonic Adventure. Chaos was a slimy, godlike creature, the original guardian of the Chaos Emeralds who had been imprisoned by the Echidnas and released from his captivity by the nefarious Dr. Eggman. Tikal, on the other hand, is actually an Echidna who tried to stop her father and the Knuckles clan from stealing the Chaos Emeralds from Chaos. Sonic Advance 2 on the Game Boy Advance introduced us to Cream the Rabbit. Similar to Tails, she can fly by flapping her large ears. She's accompanied at all times by her dear Chow friend Cheese, and has since become a core member of the Sonic crew. E123 Omega was, as the name infers, the last and most powerful of the E100 robots created by Dr. Eggman. In Sonic Heroes, Omega joins with Shadow and Rouge to form Team Dark. Omega is on a mission of revenge after being decommissioned by Eggman and having his potential go to waste. Another game, another robot. Sonic Battle for the Game Boy Advance stars Emerald, a Gizoid robot, created by a long-lost civilization who serves as something of a precursor to Shadow the Hedgehog. He's an incredibly powerful super weapon. Every good Sonic character needs a metallic counterpart, and Shadow is no exception. In Shadow's own game, Shadow the Hedgehog, the one where he rides a motorbike and fires guns at people, there's a whole host of Shadow androids to play as in the multiplayer mode. Shadow the Hedgehog also features a bunch of side characters that crop up and can be briefly controlled by Player 2 in the story mode, including Maria Robotnik, Shadow's close friend and Dr. Eggman's cousin. Sonic Rush for the Nintendo DS saw Sonic working alongside a hero princess from an alternate dimension, Blaze the Cat, who can almost match Sonic's speed, on a quest to rescue the Sol Emeralds, her universe's equivalent of the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic racing games always seem to deliver new characters to play as, and Sonic Riders was no exception. Sonic Riders, the board riding racing game, brought us the Babylon Rogues, a trio of birds consisting of Jet the Hawk, Wave the Swallow, and Storm the Albatross. In this trio, Jet is the fast, confident racer who desperately wants to beat Sonic. Storm is the low IQ, lumbering strongman, and Wave is the brains behind the whole operation, who's dressed like she's been ripped straight out of a 1990s R&B video. Eggman also created a couple of robots who partake in the races. E10000G and E10000R are two models in the E10000 range of racing robots. They can be unlocked after playing Sonic Riders for 20 hours and 50 hours respectively. Sonic the Hedgehog, better known as Sonic 06, wasn't a great game, but it introduced us to Silver the Hedgehog, the Kyle Reese of the Sonic universe, a character who travels back in time from 200 years in the future to save his own timeline from destruction. He's different to Sonic and Shadow because he possesses telekinetic powers. SCR HD is the main antagonist of Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. SCR HD is another of those powerful robotic Eggman creations who happens to lead a whole army of Droidica-inspired SCR GP robots. SCR HD and SCR GP are both unique in the sense that they race by curling up into a ball rather than riding a hoverboard like all the other characters. Shade the Echidna is a member of the Nocturnus clan, an ancient clan of echidnas who are kinda sinister. She joins up with Sonic & Co in the only Sonic RPG thus far, Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood. I'll admit that I've not actually played this game, so I can't say a huge amount about Shade. Sonic and the Black Knight saw Sonic being sucked into a medieval storybook-style world, tasked with battling an evil, possessed version of legendary King Arthur. King Arthur also happens to be playable in Sonic and the Black Knight's multiplayer battle mode. E10000B is part of Team Dark alongside Shadow and Rouge in Sonic Free Riders for the Xbox Kinect. E10000B is an Eggman spy sent into the fray to collate data about the other racers. Technically, E10000B is revealed to be Metal Sonic in disguise, so he might not really count as a unique playable character. I bet you thought I forgot about Honey the Cat before, right? Well, when Sonic the Fighters finally arrived on consoles in 2012, Honey the Cat was added as a playable character. Honey's name and distinctive costume were based on another Sega fighting game franchise character called Honey from Fighting Vipers. Honey the Cat was actually originally planned for and dropped from the arcade release of Sonic the Fighters. Sonic Boom in 2014 represented the most substantial redesign of Sonic & Co. since Sonic Adventure released. Sonic Boom encompassed a new animated TV show and a few games to boot. Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal made Styx the Badger playable, a plucky young hero who fights with boomerangs and was raised Tarzan style in the wilderness. The menacing Mephiles the Dark was the big bad of Sonic the Hedgehog 06, but despite not being well received, he did resurface to become playable in mobile game Sonic Runners. The Mario and Sonic Olympic Games series has led to a lot of fun crossovers, and a few debuts from some villainous characters. Zavok and Zaz, for example, two members of the villainous Deadly Six gang of baddies who threatened to overrun the world in Sonic Lost World, made their playable debut in Rio. Zavok is playable in the boxing event, while Zaz is playable in the table tennis event. Joining them was Eggman Nega, an alternate version / recolor of Dr. Eggman from the same dimension as Blaze the Cat, who has a stunning white mustache. In 2017, Sonic Forces released, and its main gimmick was the addition of a character creator, allowing players to create their own original avatars to partake in the story and help defeat Eggman's reign of terror once again. The avatar can take the form of a bird, bear, cat, dog, hedgehog, rabbit, or wolf. In promotional materials, Avatar looked like a cool red wolf wearing Skrillex glasses. For what it's worth, my Avatar character was, unoriginally, Felix the Cat. Please let me know about yours in the comments. Most new playable characters have made their debuts in mobile games. Omochao, a robotic Chao who has long served as Sonic's version of a tutorial character since his debut in Sonic Adventure, appeared in Sonic Racing in 2019. Xena, not the warrior princess but the vain and stylish member of the Deadly Six from Sonic Lost World, made her playable debut in mobile racer Sonic Forces Speed Battle. Joining her in 2020 was Longclaw, the owl who acted as Sonic's guardian from the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. added to the game along with Movie Sonic and Baby Sonic. And finally, appearing in both Sonic Dash and Sonic Forces Speed Battle were Tangle the Lemur and Whisper the Wolf, two heroic characters originally created for the IDW comic books, which I believe is the first time any Sonic comic book character has been playable in a Sonic game. Wow, and there we go, 56 playable characters and counting. Personally, I'd love to see my main man Glitch Sonic, aka Ashura, get some official love in the future, even though it's not going to happen. And who would you want to see playable in the future? If I've forgotten anyone or anything, please let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider giving it a like and subscribing for more gaming stuff and other stuff in the future. Thanks for watching and see you next time.